hope I'm finding y'all well. As you can hear, I'm by the water. Y'all, so much of this particular lifetime, this particular timeline, there's a lot of talk about an apocalypse. There's a lot of rhetoric and media and just this consentive idea of the world ending, of this being the end of times. There's this consensus, this collective thought is what I really want to say, this collective thought that the world is ending. And when we look at how we bring visuals to the apocalypse, like how the media projects it, how certain people's minds are seeing this apocalypse, there's a lot of death, destruction, negative energy, everything falling apart, zombies, sickness, natural disasters, all these different ways, aliens, all these different ways for the world as we know it to end. And I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I'm like this idea of us being in the end of times. And it's like, on some level, we want this world to end. And that's why it keeps manifesting through continuously telling the story. And you'll notice it's a lot of Americans that hold this story in particular. Americans and Europeans are holding on this story of this apocalypse. You're going to see it more so in our media than in other countries. And on a subconscious level, we want the world as we know it to end. We do. We want that. That's why we keep having this collective idea of an apocalypse. That's why all these movies keep getting made about an apocalypse, shows, all kinds of things about the world completely ending and everything dying. We see that over and over, and it's an archetype, it's a story, and it's like it's being shown to us over and over. And my thoughts are that this is happening because we really actually want it to. We want the world to end. Why do we want the world to end? Because we've come to a very imbalanced place. I wanted the world to end, and for me, the world already ended, and I'm already living in the new world. And I only am continuing to discover the new world. And I still am able to visit and access the old world. For me, it's the old world. And I can see it ending. And for me, it's not a scary or fearful thing. In fact, for me, it's more like a rejuvenation, a renewal, a cosmic breath, truly. So it's nothing to fear. And we have to be mindful of how we are telling the story. As we're all having these feelings and ideas, but how are we going to express it? Like if you're expressing it through fear, then, and the idea that there's going to be violence and war and suffering, then that's what you're going to create. And some people are already living in it. Some people's worlds are ending right now as we speak. The world is ending every day. It's been ending. It ends over and over. It ends each day. The world is ending. But truly, we have to remember that we're powerful. And we can create a new world. And as humans, we have to humble ourselves, even though we are so powerful. Even though we are so powerful, there's always going to have to be some surrender to nature. To nature and to nature. Our nature. I feel like I'm flowing through a lot of ideas right now, so forgive me if it's a bit fragmented. Forgive me if it's not fully clear. But I just feel like, yeah, sure, it's the end of times, but so what are the end of times to you? It could be the end to suffering. It could be the end to abuse, the end to violence, the end to all this sickness that comes with consumerism. And I'm not saying this from a place of like, I've already completely rid myself of all these things. I'm sitting here talking to y'all, filming on my iPhone. You know what I mean? Like, of course, I'm a part of it too. But I'm a part of it with this awareness of like, there's certain things that are just simply not sustainable. And so, of course, they won't last forever. Life as we know it can change and even fall apart. And in that chaos and in that destruction and in that falling apart, where do we find ourselves? Back at the center, back on the planet Earth. If we lose all the buildings, all the systems, all the stuff that we've been programmed to and indoctrinated into, all these systems, laws, government, and even if the things that the way we know it are gone, it will still re-manifest in another way, because there are laws in nature. There is something that's governing nature. Okay, there are rules, there are cycles. But it's organic, it's sustainable. That's why I know that this water has always been here since the beginning of time. And it will always will be, God willing. And even if it appears to have dried up because of the treatment of the environment, which God forbid that ever happened, the water's still deep in the earth and it will always renew itself. Like, the earth is so infinite that it will always renew itself. So the more we can get back in touch with her, the more we can be that infinite, that like feeling of truly like, well, even parts of me will die along the way. It will only become the fertile soil for new life to come. And so the death is not the end. It's only a part of the wholeness of the cycle. This idea of endings, it's actually just renewal, breath, just falling into itself, becoming again. And we're doing that every day. We're doing it every moment. We're doing it all the time. So we can't fear it. And I'm so open to big changes on the earth. I speak it all the time. Oh, I'm ready for miracles. We're seeing it. There's a lot going on in the media right now. I've been watching all day, not all day, but all morning, I've been watching a lot of videos on TikTok about what's happening with Diddy right now. And I just be laughing because I'm like, this has been an era. In these years, these last 10 years, the feminine is coming back with a vengeance. Whew. Whew. You know, so that's part of destruction right there. Let it be destroyed. Let it fall apart, and something new will be born in its place. And how we sow the seeds, how we treat the earth, how we treat the soil, and I'm talking about this literal soil, and also the soil of us, the soil of humanity. How we treat it will determine the health of what grows from it. How we treat the soil determines the health of what grows from the soil. And I'm talking literally how we're treating the soil underneath our feet, and I'm talking about your inner soil, the soils of humanity. The energy that we're putting in and sharing out. It's affecting everything. It's affecting our environment. When so many people are becoming so toxic, so sick, all we can share is toxicity and sickness. There must be renewal. There must be renewal. Things must break down. Things must die. And new life will always come. And nature's not judging anything that's happening. It's just happening. But the emotions are felt. Emotions are felt along the way as things happen. In our town right now, this is a small rural town, there's this property that's been for sale for years. Like, since I came in 2020. It was for sale then. Like, and it used to be like a restaurant, and it's right in the center of the town. It has all these big trees. It had a lot of space though. Like, it had like what used to be a pool. It was empty now, but like a pool, huge restaurant, and then a big yard with lots of different trees. And gorgeous property. It's been for sale for so long. I don't know how much they were selling it for, but someone just recently bought it, and apparently it's some Russian man, I'm assuming. I don't know if it's just one man or a family or a company, but who bought that property and have been ripping up every single tree. These are elder trees that have been here for like 30, 40, 50 years. And pulling up these trees, and it's been affecting this community. This community, people are crying out. I've been getting all the group chats I'm in, people are talking about it. People are signing petitions, talking to the mayor, talking to this person and saying, hey, please stop cutting the trees. Stop uprooting the trees. Those trees are a part of our community. Those living trees are a part of our community. It's so felt. I feel it, and I see other people feeling it. It's talked about, and it's like I'm returning. I'm here, and I'm learning these lessons, and I am not perfect. I'm here, and I'm learning these lessons because I am in that renewal. I'm deep in this renewal and return to this right here. And I look at myself, and I think of the times when I've been so depressed, and I've been feeling horrible. And I think, oh, those are times when I wasn't eating as well. When I wasn't thinking good thoughts, when I wasn't feeding my soil in a healthy way. And I see when I do things like this right here, I feed my soul so much, and then I feel this deep sense of belonging, love, joy, connection. I feel like I'm exactly what, who, where, when, and how I want to be. And that's the most valuable thing that I have. I know I'm going a lot of places, but I hope y'all are with me because I'm just channeling the things that I just want to say here and now as I'm connecting. I'm sitting here connecting with this piece of land right here. And I just give thanks for this land. And I was just hugging that tree there, and I felt the tree tell me that no one's hugged that tree in so long, and it was so good to be held. And it told me, like, you know, it knew that I also hadn't been held in a while. It was like, yes, and we're both being able to be held here in this moment. This deep relationship. This is the thing that's going to bring you to the beginning. That's exactly where we're going. As you're seeing so many things ending, well, what naturally comes next? The beginning. And I'm in my own beginning right now. I am in a beginning, and I've been beginning for years. Initiating, beginning, even having many endings along the way. But yeah, what I'm overall trying to get at is that as the world is ending, it is beginning. So what is beginning for you? And what is ending for you? This is eclipse season. This is this energy. What is ending for you? If you really want to renew and become new, what is new in you? So much can come from just sitting down and going back to the beginning, going back to where it all started, which is right in the damn dirt, in the soil, in the water, in the air. Good, clean, non-polluted air. In the fire. You go through the fire and you are purified. It burns when you go through the fire. But you are purified by fire. You are purified by water. You are purified by earth. You are purified by air. So you will always be renewed. So let it die. Let it go. Let it end. What is going to be your depiction of the apocalypse? Because you're going to be living it. If not already, very soon. Living in your own personal apocalypse. So what is it going to be for you? What is it for you? This is mine. This is what mine look like. This is what mine sound like. And I wish I could help you to feel what it feels like for me. I wish, and I know I'm sending out that energy. So as you're watching this, perhaps you can sense this feeling that I'm feeling in my heart. This deep sense of return. And as I'm returning, I'm knowing I have more to let go. I have more to shed. I be thinking about, can I really live without my phone? Can I really live without my computer? I think about these things. Like if things were really, truly to really end as we know it, all of it, and there's this true having to start over, would I be okay? Do I have the skills? Do I have the knowledge that is needed to live in a world that doesn't have these same luxuries and conveniences that I've come to know, that I've come to grow comfortable with? I know folks that couldn't even live without having Amazon to get their little 2-day packages sent in. Like, what are we really gonna do if it's all gone? If I don't have this phone here and I can't come on here and take these videos and share them with y'all never see me again. What are you gonna be doing? How are you gonna be feeling? Who are you gonna be? I think about this stuff as I'm thinking about my idea of what the apocalypse could be, what the end can be. And I'm developing all the skills that I need to feel comfortable getting back to just this, getting back to just raw resources. Raw, organic, sustainable resources. That's how we know it's always going to be here, because it's sustainable. But it's only sustainable if we take care of it. Costa Rica only looks like this because there's a lot of people who take care of the nature here. There's a lot of people who are conservationists and who are environmentalists and who love this place down. That's why it's like this. And it's still not perfect. There are many, many places that are polluted, that don't have water, where they're tearing down all the trees, where everybody's depressed and everybody's eating fast food and doing drugs and drinking alcohol and distracting themselves from the truth. Even here in this country, it's happening. It's happening too, everywhere. No place is better than any other place. Wherever you are, that's where the fuck you at. But, yeah. We are creating the environment. So what are you creating? What you're creating for yourself is naturally going to reverberate out. You're going to inspire others. You're going to be definitely a guide and an example for the younger generation. So what are you going to be? Who are you going to be? What skills are you going to develop? Where do you want to live? What kind of environment do you want to create? Because that environment you create is the one you're going to have to live in. When all is said and done, if everything went amok tomorrow, right where you're at, that's where you're going to be. Are you where you want to be? I've been getting this message. Are you where you want to be? Are you safe? Do you have access to water and food and shelter? Do you feel safe enough with your neighbors to where it's not like no type, like purge type of energy, like for real, like, no, I know I'm safe because I know my neighbors. I know I'm going a lot of places, y'all, but all this is all connected to one thought. And I recently went live on TikTok and talked about this topic, and I really wanted to make a video, and this moment just ended up being the moment to share this message. Like, all these things are coming together. Like, if everything is ending, are you where you want to be in the end? And are you where you want to be in the beginning? I think y'all feel me. I think whoever is here, whoever's still listening, I know folks watch a few minutes and click off these videos. Like, I know it's very few of you that, like, don't matter what views it says I'm getting. Like, it's very few who really, really just deeply listen and understand. And I see you, and I thank you for seeing me, and I thank you for hearing me and listening to my rants. But it was really for us. Like, we're both meant to hear this. So I'm hearing it right here with you. So thank you. I love you. I wish you well. I wish you safety. I wish you prosperity. I wish you abundance. I wish you health. I wish you good community, family support. Good organic food, clean water, clean air. That's what I wish for you. That's what I wish for myself. And it is so. It's not even a wish. It is so. I speak it and it is so. I hope you find serenity.